Now, let's turn to Dr. Nicol, who's our superintendent of schools. Some school districts have a 2% budget increase one year, and then the next year they have a 6% budget increase. Ellington, if you look at the trend of Ellington's budget, it doesn't fluctuate that much from year to year. How does the Board of Ed do that?
Well, first, I think the Ellington taxpayers should feel very proud of their governing bodies, from the Board of Finance, the Board of Selectmen, and the Board of Education. The accounts are highly scrutinized, and spending is kept at a minimum. Much of the mill rate increases that you see are from mandates via the state that create pressures on the local economy, where even if the spending's down, you see that tax increase. So our Board of Education highly scrutinize each line item. And so we have a wide variety of strategies to try to keep the spending down. I'll give you one example. One of the concepts, one of the strategies is to kind of right-size accounts, right, to create less variance, right? So from an annual basis, if you're going to have variance in account, maybe it varies from 1% increase or 2% decrease. You don't want the 7% increases or decreases. So for example, we had an account that was really out of balance. It was our athletic transportation account, right? So when we bus the kids from a basketball game or a football game, we spend about $100,000 a year. For many years, we had that account budgeted at $30,000. So $70,000 under budgeted. Now, we still bus the kids, right? So we're ending up to spend the 100, we're pulling from other accounts. This is not a good, transparent way. People can't tell where you're spending the money. So led by Jennifer Zen, our board chair, she spent time with the board to say, we've got to right size that account. So we worked really hard last year to figure out a budget to right size it. So we got it budgeted around $100,000. Now what happens based upon that is this year, the variance is now only a few $1,000s on that account. And really it's reflective of our paying our officials, contractual obligations that are moving up. And I'll give you one other one. We had 19 facility accounts that were about $130,000 under budgeted. We worked to get that in alignment. This year, when we took a look at our facilities accounts and what we actually needed to run the school district this year, we were able to come up with a $20,000 reduction for next year's budget. And that's all about right-sizing accounts and having less variances. That's one of the main drivers to not have major fluctuations in your budget on an annual basis.
So it creates some predictability in your accounts from year to year, I would imagine, and some stability. So instead of having peaks and valleys year after year, which makes it look like are there all these unpredicted costs? Have you been surprised somehow? This allows you to budget in a way that, again, is just more predictable. So it makes, hopefully at the end of the year, you come out with a little high and a little bit low, and everything comes out level at the end of the year. That's probably safe.
Very well said.